Happy Wednesday, November 6th, 2024, everyone. Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. And we have a lot to talk about here. Let's take you down into the tropics. We have Hurricane Rafael that has formed in the Western Caribbean and another area to watch here just to the north of the Greater Antilles. And this could be impacting the eastern Bahamas over the next few days. And this area does have a 30% chance of development over the next 5 to 7 days here north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, north of Haiti, and over here into the eastern Bahamas. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Right now, though, has a low probability of developing. Our main focus here in the tropics will be on Hurricane Rafael in the western Atlantic basin. And you can see this is making landfall in western Cuba today. Very nice to find eye wall there just to the south of Cuba. And you can see we are going to be seeing this storm at a max category 3 system over the next couple of days as this moves over the landmass of Cuba and then into the open waters of the Gulf. Still going to remain at least a category 1 or 2 hurricane over the next few days. And looking at some of the spaghetti models with this sort of system, you can see it's going to interact with some land in western Cuba that's going to weaken it slightly, but over the warmer waters of the Gulf, it's going to maintain that category 1 or that category 2 intensity. It's going to generally move to the west from the eastern Gulf into the central and then eventually the western Gulf. Where it goes from there is still questionable. Does it curve back north toward the state of Louisiana and Mississippi or even Texas, or does it stay west or go kind of more southwest toward Mexico? That is the big question mark at this point. The National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida has the cone moving it westward, but kind of has a big bowling ball here in the middle and really doesn't know if it's going to curve to the north or kind of move west or even southwest with this system. Right now, maximum sustained winds 110 miles per hour. Movement of Rafael is northwest at 14 miles per hour. There are hurricane warnings up for western and central Cuba, including parts of the Grand Cayman Island there as well. And we also have tropical storm warnings for the Florida Keys, where even you could see 1 to 3 foot storm surge in some of those key areas as well in the Florida Keys. So be keeping an eye on that. Here is the general consensus on this storm this afternoon. Moving into western Cuba, 992 millibar low. Obviously, we're going to have the land interaction, so it's going to weaken slightly from a category 3 back down to a cat 2 or even a cat 1 hurricane. Back over the open waters of the eastern Gulf we go tomorrow, so this is going to re-strengthen or kind of remain sustained at a cat 1, cat 2 hurricane as it moves westward. It's going to deepen a little bit more to 985 millibars on Friday, November 8th, and then where it goes from there. Does it go further west or southwest, or does it try to curve back north toward Texas, Louisiana, or Mississippi on Saturday and into Sunday? That is the big question mark at this point, and by this point, it's likely going to be a tropical storm for the weekend, but we still don't know exactly where this is going to go, and we'll keep a very close eye on that and keep you updated right here on this channel. Closer to home, we do have some storm systems to talk about here as well. We have warmer than normal temperatures out east. Big cool air mass further off to the west, and look at all the cool air for the Four Corners region. We're talking Utah and Wyoming, even down here into Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, the Western Plains. It's going to be pretty chilly for this time of year. We're about 35 to 40 degrees below the norm for this time of year today, and really going through the rest of the week, we're going to see that cooler pocket of air remain across the southwestern United States. So here are your temperatures this afternoon, and this is pretty mild for early November standards, folks. Into the I-95 corridor up here, Boston, New York City, down in toward Philadelphia, we're going to be into the 70s and low 80s this afternoon. Low to mid 80s down across the southeast coast. A little bit cooler to the north, the upper Midwest into the 40s and 50s this afternoon. And there's that cool pocket of air where that snowfall will be flying here as we go through the next few days. We'll talk about that momentarily. But Thursday afternoon, you can see pretty warm across the east. That carries over into Friday as well. You know, can't complain. 58 degrees in Chicago and Cook County Friday afternoon on November 8th. You know, that is pretty mild for early November standards. And there's our storm system we're keeping an eye on here, digging all the way down into the Four Corners region today. And this is going to bring some moderate to heavy pockets of snow across the higher elevations, especially there into Colorado, down into northern New Mexico, back into eastern Arizona. That'll continue into tonight. So that snow line goes all the way down perhaps into south central New Mexico as we go through tonight. That'll stick around. Very heavy snows for southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, 1 to 3 inch per hour snowfall rates there Thursday and into Friday as well as the storm system crawls across the southwestern United States. So it's going to bring a lot of moisture with it. The Red River Valley down here, north and northwest Texas into western Oklahoma, west central Kansas, could be seeing a few inches of rain on the order of 1 to 3, perhaps even 4 inches worth of rain. And then, yeah, the snowfall, big snow system across Colorado and northeast New Mexico and the northwest Texas panhandle, far western Oklahoma and far western Kansas. We could be talking feet of snow here. 2 to 4 feet is a good bet in a lot of these areas, with the highest snowfall accumulations in southeast Colorado and northeast New Mexico through the weekend. And looking at the travel here, it's going to have some major to extreme travel impacts across especially those hard-hit areas of southeastern Colorado down into northeastern and eventually north central New Mexico here. So if you travel out this way through the weekend, make sure to take it very slow, and I advise you really not to travel in those areas. 2 to 4 feet of snow is on the way. Going through the weekend, the mild air will continue across the Mississippi River Valley on east, the cold pocket of air as we're laying that snowfall and that snowpack down across Colorado and New Mexico. Obviously, the cold pocket of air will be more enhanced across that region. So here are your temperatures for Saturday afternoon. Again, can't complain. Again, Chicago, 59 for an afternoon high on November 9th, 74 in Nashville, and 77 in Tupelo, Mississippi. How can you complain about that? Wonderful weather. Going into Sunday, same deal. Maybe a handful of degrees warmer in Chicago, 62, 57 in Des Moines, 61 in Kansas City, and 67 in St. Louis. Wonderful temperatures for the weekend. Make sure to get out and enjoy it. But unfortunately, it's going to come with a little bit of fanfare, though, as we go through the weekend. So those milder temperatures, and we have that storm system moving in across the Midwest. That could spread out some rain showers, so you might have to bring the umbrella. Say if you're going for a walk or something outdoors, we'll have to wait and see there for Saturday. But that's going to spread some moisture up toward the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, maybe some showers and storm activity. Probably not severe, though, across the Mid-South. But maybe, if there were to be a severe storm, damaging winds to 60 miles an hour, quarter-size hailstone or two would be possible. Tornadoes is out of the question really at this point, but what it's going to be doing is bringing beneficial rains, right? We're going to be seeing decent rains across the Ohio, Tennessee River Valley, down toward the Mid-South here. We definitely need the rainfall. And then looking at snowfall prospects, any snow left over with this system will be mainly for Wyoming and Colorado and even western portions of the Nebraska Panhandle, and really kind of on the order of 1 to 3, 4 inches of snowfall. The main snow axis will be well up there into Canada for the weekend. And going into next week, here is the weather pattern. Again, the same thing. On Monday, Veterans Day, on November 11th through Friday, November 15th, mid-month, we're going to continue to see warmer temperatures out east, possibly getting close to record territory in parts of the mid-Atlantic here, and then we're going to see cooler air out west as more of those troughs dig in, bringing more heavy snow to the Rockies and some rain in those lower elevations. And you can see where the precipitation will be plentiful, right? As we go through next week, the Pacific Northwest, the upper Midwest, Great Lakes region, going to see plentiful amounts of rainfall as we go through next week through mid-month. And that's welcome news as we have the drought. The new drought monitor does come out tomorrow. We'll see if there are any improvements or any, worsening of the drought as we go through the middle of November. But a lot of severe drought out here, folks, a lot of extreme drought, and we're going to hopefully cross our fingers to get some decent moisture out of this as we go through the middle of November. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for the latest weather information right at your fingertips with videos, live streams, etc. Turn on the post notification bell for the latest weather information so you're notified for the latest video that is posted. Press the like button, the thumbs up button down below. I definitely appreciate it. And also leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video. And I hope everyone has a wonderful and wonderful rest of your Wednesday out there.